Hello dear students, let's move on to next topic, and this is very important topic as the whole molecular orbital theory is important. Let's start bond order. What is bond order? It is equal to one half of the difference in electrons present in the bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Simply we can write the formula as bond order is equals to half NB minus Na. Nb is number of bonding electron. This will always be greater. So always Nb minus Na. Nb is number of bonding electron and Na is number of anti-bonding electron. Okay, so Nb minus Nb by 2. The simple formula of bond order is. And what is the significance of bond order? Try to understand this. This is very important. When if Nb will be greater than Na, okay, number of bonding electrons are greater than number of anti-bonding electron. Bond order will be positive and the molecule will be stable. When if non-bonding electron is less than number of anti-bonding electron, the bond order will be negative and the molecule will be unstable. If non-bonding electron will be equal to number of anti-bonding electron, bond order will be 0 and the molecule is unstable. Few more facts are there about the bond order. Let me clear it here only. Some facts. Bond order is always positive. Okay, you will not get a negative value of it. Bond order may be in fractions also. And you have to remember, if bond order is 0, means molecule does not exist. If you just do the filling of electrons and take out the bond order and it is coming 0, you have to do all the procedures. At the end you have to mention that molecule does not exist. And in case of homodiatomic molecules, it means I am talking about nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Homodiatomic molecule. More are there. I am taking these. So what will happen? Order is equal to the number of covalent bonds formed. As you know that nitrogen forms triple covalent bond. So in N2 the bond order will be 3. Oxygen is a possess double bond, so bond order of oxygen will be 2, and fluorine have single bond, so bond order of fluorine will be 1. Okay, and you have to remember that higher the bond order, greater the stability of the molecule and shorter the wavelength. Bond order will be greater, then the molecule will be more stable, but its bond length will be shorter. Okay, this was all about your bond order. It will be very easy to calculate it. What we have to do, we have to just count the number of electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbital, and that will be deducted. A number of electrons in bonding molecular orbitals will be deducted from it, and it will be divided by 2, and we will get the bond order. Now one more, the sequence you have learned, one more sequence you have to learn. The same it is, but here we have to mention both the bonding and anti-bonding. Okay, I hope you or everyone has learned the electronic configuration, increasing energy sequence, 1s, 2s, 2p, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d. I hope everyone has learned. Now let's see how you have to learn here. And very important, one more thing you have to remember, that for 14 electron, till if the molecule is containing 14 electron, are uh, this will be used, this will be the sequence of filling the electron. And as the 15th electron enter in our system, we have to write this electron, we have to follow this electronic configuration. Little difference is there. When I will draw, I will show you what the difference is and why the difference is. First, learn this sequence. As you have learned 1s 2s 2p, the same is here. Only what thing you have to enter, you have to enter sigma, as we are talking about bonding molecular orbital. So sigma and sigma star, pi and pi star, the same will remain. 1s 2s 2p. Okay, till that only this much is sufficient. We are not going to deal with the very big molecules. Only this much will be sufficient. So sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, pi 2py, pi 2pz, sigma 2px. And this will be again bonding, also will be anti-bonding, pi star 2py, pi star 2pz, sigma star 2px. This will carry on, but only this much will be sufficient for you all to learn. Okay, so this is the sequence only for if the system contains 14 electron. More than 14, what we have to do, this sigma 2px is coming before. You see here, only this is the difference. Only this sigma star we will not bring. Only sigma 2px will come before pi 2py and pi 2pz. Okay, so learn this sequence, then it will be easy for you all to fill the electron. Sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, pi 2py, pi 2pz, both have equal energy, so they are kept together. Okay, now we are just moving. 1s, sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, energy is increasing. Pi 2py and pi 2pz have these similar energy, so they are kept together. Okay, so it is clear, this is the sequence you have to learn in the increasing order. And after 14th electron, what you have to do, this sigma 2p x will come before pi 2py and pi 2pz. Okay, this much only you have to do. Now let's see how we have to fill the electrons. Okay, like this we have to make. The most important thing is missing here, the increasing energy. As I have said, the first step of yours should be to show the energy, increase of energy. The first arrow we will draw, then only we will make all these things. As you know that 1s, if electrons are completely filled, we can leave that orbital. We can start with 2s, 2s, 2s. Both have similar energy. Suppose this 2s have 20 kilojoule energy, this has 20 kilojoule energy. Sigma star 2s, this will have 30 and this will have 10. The energy will be equal, but anti-bonding will acquire the higher energy and bonding will acquire the lower energy. Okay. So this, like this, first we will draw, then we will start filling the electron. Okay, 2s, 2s, sigma 2s, star 2s, sigma star 2s, then 2p, 2p, same energy, any we can take. Okay, 2px, 2py, pi 2px, pi 2py, sigma 2pz, pi star 2px, pi star 2py, sigma star 2pz. Like this we have made the orbitals. What will happen if more than 14 electrons are there? Simply this, you can see here, This was your pi orbital, na? When more than 14 electron will be there, this will come below. See here. Okay, so rough diagram you can make. 2s 2s, sigma 2ps, sigma 2s, star sigma star 2s, 2p 2p, 3 3 orbitals. So 3 3 6 7 8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. The number of atomic and molecular orbitals will always be equal. Okay, now let's start filling of electrons. Sequence you have seen, bond order you have seen. Now let's start with the examples. Begin with the helium atom, or let's start with hydrogen atom. Hydrogen. Hydrogen, first you will draw this electron energy increasing. This is a 1s, this is a 1s, and here we will write hydrogen atom. Okay, and for filling of electrons we have to strictly follow the Hund's rule, Bauer's rule, and Pauli's exclusion principle. Whatever the rule was there, the same will be followed here. 1 electron are there, so this electron will go to the bonding orbital because it has lower energy. Okay, the second electron will also move here because of its lower energy. And here your hydrogen atom is formed, molecule is formed. Suppose you have to take out the bond order of hydrogen. You can see that bonding electron is 2, anti-bonding is 0, divide by 2, it will come 1, and you know that hydrogen, there is a single bond between hydrogen and hydrogen. Okay, is it clear? Molecular orbital diagram of hydrogen. Bond order is 1, shows that two hydrogen atoms are bonded together by a single covalent bond. The bond dissociation energy of hydrogen molecule is 438 kilojoule per mole and bond length is 74 pm. There is no unpaired electron, so hydrogen molecule is diamagnetic. You have to remember, children, if electrons are always coming paired, the molecule will be said as diamagnetic, and if electrons are coming as unpaired, we will say that the molecule is paramagnetic. There is a formula for to calculate the magnetic momentum. Magnetic moment is equals to under root n plus 2. Bohr magnetron, we just take out the magnetic moment, and n is the number of unpaired electron. Let me write it. Magnetic moment, to calculate the magnetic moment, is equals to under root n plus 2. This is a simple formula, n plus 2. I will give you the data. If one electron is unpaired, what will be the magnetic moment? If 2 is there, what will be the 1 2 3 4 5? That will be sufficient to remember. Okay, that data. But we can calculate also n plus under root n plus 2 Bohr magnetron. Okay, and n is the number of unpaired electron. With this formula, we can calculate the magnetic nature. After hydrogen, let's try to fill helium. And this is a helium ion. So He2 plus. helium He2 plus. For this we are going to do. So hydrogen helium He2 plus we are taking here. For helium, as you know that there are 4 electrons in all and 2 electrons in each of the sigma 1s and sigma star 1s will be present, and we can just make like hydrogen 2 electrons in sigma ns and 2 electron in sigma star 1s. What will be the bond order? 2 minus 2 by 2 is equal to 0. Okay, and 0 indicates that molecule having 0 bond order do not exist. So He2 does not exist. He2 will not exist because its bond order will come 0. Now let's see for He2 plus ion. So first will be the step will be to show the increasing energy. Total number of electrons are 3, 2 and 1 3. This is your helium atom and this is helium ion, and in the center we have formed He2 plus. Okay, He2 plus. 3 electrons, 2 and 1. First we will fill the bonding orbital. 2 electron will go here, 1 will come here. If you have to calculate the bond order, bonding minus anti-bonding by 2, it will come half. Okay, like this we can make for helium ion. Let's see what next I have. For diatomic, let's move on to diatomic molecules, that is NO, nitric oxide. You start making in your copy. NO. First count the number of electrons, and it will be, children, it will be easy for you all that first write the electronic configuration, then start making this molecular orbital diagram. Okay, what I am saying is that in your copy first write sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s. Like this first write, and whatever the number of electrons it is coming, just fill it. Sigma 1s in s 2 electron, 2s 2 electron, 2 electron. When you will fill this, and if it is coming similar, means bonding anti-bonding is similar, we just not supposed to draw this. Okay, we will start with sigma 2s and sigma star 2s. If only 4, if the molecule containing less than 4 or 4 electron, then we have to draw this. Otherwise, if it is greater than 4, we can skip drawing of 1s orbital. We will directly draw the 2s orbital. And for bonding and to calculating the bond order, this will be equal 2 minus 2 by 2. So we can skip it. For this molecule, nitrogen, we will write nitrogen atomic orbital, oxygen atomic orbital on one side and one side this. Okay, and in the center we have to mention molecular orbitals of NO, and this energy line we have to draw. Then we will start making 1s, we have skipped 2s, 2s. 2 electron. First we will write the electronic configuration, so it will be easy for us to fill the electrons. In 2p the nitrogen contains 3 electron, in 2p the oxygen contains 4 electron. Okay, 2s will be easy.
Your phone's in airplane mode, so I can't help you with that at the moment.
Okay, so start filling the electron in this. First the 2 electron will go in sigma 2pz, 2 3 4 5 6 7. First count the electrons. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 minute. Electrons 3 and 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. So first sigma 2pz, both the electrons will go in sigma 2pz. Then pi 2px and pi 2py. One here, one here. First we will fill singly, then we will pair it. Okay, 2, 4, 6 and 1 will go to pi star 2px. Okay, and by counting bonding and anti-bonding electrons, we can calculate the bond order, and bond order will give you certain predictions. For fluorine, try to make children. For O2 minus, there will be many molecules for which you can draw the molecular orbital diagram and it means its energy level. Try to do it. If you don't understand, do ask me. Okay, like this only you have to perform. So this was all about the molecular orbital theory. In my next lecture, and that will be, I think, if it will take more time, then I will make it 2. Otherwise, the last topic of this chapter is hybridization, and that only is left. So my last lecture for this chapter will be on hybridization on my next lecture. Okay, try to make the orbital diagrams, and this is, as I have said, mentioned it earlier only, that it is important. Actually it is very easy, but it is confusing. Okay, so as much as practice you will do, that will be easy for you all. You will get certain tricks to remember that for bond order 1, how for number of electrons, what will be the bond order. So that is not your step to learn that trick here. You should know filling of electrons, filling of orbitals, and make the MOT diagram. It will not be a competitive exam that only you have to number of electrons and its bond order. So don't go for the shortcut. The long form only you have to study. Okay, thank you so much, children.